Zaidie, and I am going to tell you a story. A long time ago, there lived a little boy out on a farm in Wyoming, and his name was Aaron. And Aaron lived with his two mothers and his dog, and his dog's name was Akiva. And Aaron and Akiva were great friends. But Akiva had another friend too. Akiva would leave the farm during the day and go up into the mountains in Wyoming and play with his other friend. His other friend was a big horse. It was a big black horse with a white star on his forehead. In fact, everybody knew about this horse, and they called this horse White Star. So Akiva would go every day into the mountains and play with White Star, and then come back in the evening to the farm, and Aaron would feed Akiva, and Aaron and Akiva would play. Then they would go to sleep. They would go to bed. And in the evening, Akiva would always dream about how he would play with White Star, the big horse, the next day. But White Star was famous. A lot of people knew about White Star. And one day, there were some bad men from New York decided that they would go out to Wyoming because they heard all about White Star and catch White Star, trap White Star, and sell him to a circus so they would make money. Ooh, this would be a bad thing for White Star. And so these men from New York, they all got in their trucks and they drove out to Wyoming into the mountains and started driving around the mountains looking for White Star. Now, White Star was such a leader that a lot of wild horses in the mountains followed White Star. So White Star saw these men, and he ran with the horses, and they tried to hide, and the men couldn't find them, but they still kept looking. Then White Star thought, I had better go someplace in the mountains and leave the horses. The men will follow me, so I will save the horses. So what happened was that White Star ran into the mountains. He galloped into the mountains thinking that the men wouldn't find him, but they did. And they captured White Star, and they built a big corral. Not only did they capture White Star, they captured all of the horses, and they put them in a big corral, and they said, oh boy, they said, tomorrow we'll take all these horses back to New York and sell them to the circus. Oh, what could these horses do? Well, White Star started to go, yo, yo, just like a horse. He was whinnying, yo, yo. That's what a horse says. He was so loud, yo, yo, that on the farm, which wasn't very far away, Akiva perked up his ears, and he heard White Star going, yo, yo, and Akiva thought, White Star is in trouble. I've got to go help White Star. It was the middle of the night. So Akiva snuck out of the farm and ran as fast as he could to the mountains where White Star was. Yo! And he came and he looked down and he saw this big corral where all the horses were trapped and all the men were sleeping. So what Akiva had to do was to sneak up past the men. It was important that he shouldn't wake them up, or else they would capture him too. He snuck past the men, and he came to the gate of the corral, and he said to White Star, I can't open the gate, I'm just a dog. And White Star said, no. And then White Star started to talk in Akiva, in a language that Akiva understood. And Aaron, I am going to tell you what White Star said. White Star said to Akiva, Akiva, push your nose up against this latch on the fence. And Akiva pushed his nose, he pushed his nose, and at the same time, White Star pushed his nose up against the latch, and pretty soon the lock came off, and the gate opened. And Akiva said, shh, don't let the other men hear you. and all the horses quietly walked out of the corral. And then when they got past to the corral, they ran into the mountains and they were saved. And Akiva ran with them, but she couldn't keep up. And finally she said, Akiva said, White Star, I can't keep up. And White Star said, Akiva, thank you, my friend. Thank you for saving us. And we will not let those bad men come back for us again. And Akiva, you go back and play with Aaron, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Akiva went all the way back to the farm. It was so late at night, and went to sleep. And the next morning when Akiva woke up and Aaron played with Akiva, Akiva wanted to tell Aaron all that happened that night with White Star. But all Aaron could say was, Hi, Akiva, and all Akiva could say to Aaron was, Ruff, ruff, ruff. Did you like that story, Aaron? I love you. Okay, Aaron, now Zaidie is going to sing you a song, and the song is called Hush, Little Baby. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Zaidie's gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that mockingbird don't sing, Zaidie's gonna buy you a diamond ring, and if that diamond ring is brass, Zaidie's gonna buy you a looking glass, and if that looking glass should crack, Zaidie's gonna buy you a jumping jack, and if that jumping jack won't hop, Zaidie's gonna buy you a lollipop. Well, when that lollipop is done, Zaidie's gonna buy you another one. And if that lollipop's all eaten up, Zaidie's gonna buy you a real live pup. And if that puppy dog won't bark, Zaidie's gonna buy you a meadow. Here's another one, Aaron. It's called Who's Gonna Shoe Your Pretty Little Foot? Who's gonna shoe your pretty little foot? Who's gonna glove your hand? Who's gonna kiss your red ruby lips? Who's gonna be your man? Mom is gonna kiss my red ruby lips. Daddy's gonna shoe my foot. Sister's gonna glove my pretty little hand. I don't need no man. No, I don't need no man, no man. No, I don't need no man. Sister's gonna glove my pretty little fan. I don't need no man. Longest train I ever did see was 100 coaches long, and the only one I ever did love was on that train and gone. Yes, was on that train, choo-choo, and gone, was on that train and gone, choo-choo-choo. The only one I ever did love was on that train and gone, choo-choo. When I was just a wee tot, they took me from my wee cot. They put me on my wee pot to see if I wee or not. Wee. And when they saw that I would not, they took cot. They put me on my wee cot, and I gave them all I got. Wee, 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 wee. They took me from my wee cot. They smacked me on my wee pot, which proves that when it's very hot, you should never drink a lot of wee, 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 wee. Now I'm young and in my prime, I can wee anytime. When I am old and gray, I'll only wee once a day. Wee, wee, wee. Well, an old man came courting me. Hey, dum down. Yes, an old man came courting me. Hey, dum down. Oh, an old man came courting me. Fain would he marry me? Mates, when you're young, never wed an old man, for he has got no follow-all, follow-all. He's got no follow-all, all day. Yes, he's got no follow-rum. Yes, he's lost his dingle-rum. So bad when you're young, never wed an old man.
Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady upon a white horse. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot, 9 days old. There was an old woman lived under a hill, and if she's not gone, she lives there still. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I!" Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating of curds and whey. There came a big spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
For example, how do you think a rooster sounds? Make the sound of a rooster. It sounds like this. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Did you make that sound? Let's hear it. Okay. Here's another sound. Let's see if you can make the sound of a cat. Let's see. A cat sounds like what? What's a cat sound like? Oh, I know. Meow. Meow. Can you make a sound of a cat? Yeah? What other sounds can you make? Oh, I know. We're going to try a horse sound again. Meow. Meow. Does that sound like a horse? Oh, I just thought of a good sound. A sound of another animal. Let's see. Ooh, I know. A pig. What's a pig sound like? Oink, 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 oink. Does that sound like a pig? Oink, oink. What? Oh, I know another one. It's called a duck. A duck. What's a duck sound like? Oh, I know. Quack, 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 quack. That reminds me of a song. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, with oink oink here and oink oink there and oink oink everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. What other animals did Old MacDonald have in that farm? Let's see. Ooh, he might have had a dog. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had a dog named Akiva, E-I-E-I-O, with a ruff, ruff here and ruff, ruff there. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, oink, oink, ruff, ruff. Let's see. What other sounds do the animals make on a farm? Oh, I know. There's always a cow on a farm. A cow. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had a cow. E-I-E-I-O. What's the cow say, Aaron? Moo, moo, with a moo, moo here and a moo, moo there and here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo, moo. Old MacDonald had a farm and a cow. E-I-E-I moo. Oink, oink. Rawr, rawr. Oops, that's a lion. Old MacDonald had a lion, E-I-E-I-O, with a roar, roar here and a roar, roar there. E-I-E-I-O. Well, Aaron, that's all. Zaidie loves you very much, and I want you to make a recording, and you can send it to Zaidie and Grandma. Bye.